Hello, Idiotic Mage here, and we have struck gold. Spent about 2 hours just wandering through places I hadn't loaded yet, and we found this guy. He is a Mystcraft villager. He will sell you pages, which are, as you can see, very expensive. But also, we have our first page. This can allow us to actually make our new age ourselves. So what I'm going to do is just quickly make a waypoint. Mist Villager. And then we will be able to teleport back here whenever we want. And we will go home. Right. Now for the dangerous bit. We will get some leather, and while here get rid of all this stuff we found on the way. So let's see, fir saplings can go in there. Let's see, actually nothing here can go in there. That we'll try and repair later on. That's useless. That's useless. What else do we have? We don't need those yet, but we can use them for the mob trap. Right, okay, the rest of this we'll just leave in the canvas bags and put them in there. Right, now this is going to be a bit risky because there are lots and lots of types of instability created when you make a new age using just one book. So first of all, we'll make a linking book, and this will be an emergency book for if the world we generate is unstable. So that's just called emergency, and that will stay in the hotbar by there. And now we will just go upstairs, because what I'm going to need is here, and we will make a bookbinder. Which is made just a wooden table shape with iron on top. So we have 3 iron. Do we have the wood in here we need? Yes, we do. So they're just 5 mixed woods. Bookbinder. Right, we'll take this downstairs. Actually, we should also make another book stand, because if when you enter an age, if you don't have a book stand, if you just enter the age through the book held in your hand, it'll drop on the floor and it can actually die like any other entity. So a book stand will just protect the book. And we will put the bookbinder down by here, and we will try to make our first age. And we'll call this risky, because it will be very risky. And then we have descriptive book. Now, this descriptive book is our first age, and while we haven't been to the age, that box there will stay blank. So as you can see, we've been to that one, we've been to that one, but then these are all linking books, so it doesn't really make as much difference. A descriptive book, very different. Alright, let's go. It takes a little while for the world to generate. I'm hoping it's not going to be too dangerous. Right, so we've got a flat world, a couple of different biomes, lots of monsters. I'm not sure if it's a permanent night one. We do have one potion based effect which you get from the air. Right, so being underground will remove the effect, and we can just wait for daylight down here. There is one thing you can do, which if you're up or if you're on your single player game, you can type in Myst and then a hyphen and TWI. Now we're not going to do that because that turns off world instability, and it's generally only for if you really don't want to risk endangering the world, because some types of instability can leak through onto your normal world if you don't pick it up in time. There are ways to get rid of the instability, and if you can root it all out, then you should be okay, but it's still going to be unstable unless you actually write a stable age yourself. Right, so we're getting a good bit of dirt here. We'll go back up above ground in a moment, just once we've got well, there. What I mean to say is once we've collected some dirt so we can sort of pile up and see what's around, then we'll go above ground and see what's going on. But it looks like we're not in an eternal night world, which is good. That would be very, very dangerous. Right, so we're getting back to being slow because we're exposed to the air. Looks like it's all just flat world. And what we're going to do now is we're going to look for a temple. Now, temples will have lots of bookshelves in, for one, and they will also have a chest hidden in there somewhere which will have a lot of pages in, and that's what we're looking for. There'll also be a couple of lecterns with pages in. So we're looking for that, so then we can get more variety for our next world, next age, or we can edit this age. And if you can get the right pages, you can add in set instability. Oh, we're hunger as well. Is that just me not eating, or is it a potion effect? No, that's a potion effect. Okay, so this world is dangerous. We won't be revisiting this world if we unless we absolutely have to. For example, if I don't find any more pages, then I will be stuck. Oh dear. Right, there's one thing which I neglected to do, which means that this age will have to be revisited, which is copy the page that I used to make the book. If you put the page in a writing table along with some paper and some ink, I'll show you the recipes later, then you can copy a page and put it into a notebook, which again is just a simple thing to make, and that will mean that you can just reuse pages. But because I didn't do that, the page I used to make this world is gone. It's just in. I can copy it from the book, so it's not a complete loss, but it's still more effort needed now to go and do that. And if the book got damaged while you were in this age, for example, if you'd left it outside and it got hit by water, or it got exploded by a creeper, then you would be stuck in this age until you found what is called a starfisher. And even then, that would be blind luck if you had one, because it takes a long time to find, and basically it's a hole that goes all the way down to bedrock, except for at the bottom of the bedrock there is a starry field which you fall through, and it's kind of like the end portal, and it'll bring you back to the overworld. Right, so this is slow going, but as you can see there's lots of trees. Flatland is good because you can see where you're going. No nasty surprises hidden over hills. We have an obelisk over there. And if we were revisiting this world, we would need to make sure that we brought lots of food. And by the looks of it, this world, the slow effect only works when you're on sand. Seem to be walking faster when on grass. Okay, that won't work. Right, we have sheep, we have pigs. That's good. A good variety of normal mobs spawning. We've obviously seen all the hostile mobs. We're still looking for a temple. Right, I'll be back to you after I've done a bit of exploring to see if we can find a temple. Be back in a bit. Okay, what we see ahead of us now is one of those Mystcraft wisp spawning temples, and because of the slow effect it's going to be dangerous going up there, but there's going to be a chest in there, and with any luck there'll be something nice in that chest. In previous ages I've found portal guns in these chests. Right, let's just attack you. Nope. Right, let's just go quickly. No ages, but we found a music disc and a couple of enchanted books, so that's good. And now we have to run away. Oh dear, that was risky. Right, also something I've discovered is in this world where the air is filled with effects, if you are under a tree, you're not affected by them. So basically it's anywhere where you just have sky above you, no blocks above you, you will be affected. So you'll see as we walk under here, hunger and slow. Back here, and as soon as these wear off, hunger is already gone, slowness we have 3 seconds, and we're back to normal speed. So if you were going to use this world and it proved to be stable enough to use, then you could just build a glass roof and just maybe get a turtle to extend this roof above you, and then you'd be fine. You could grow things with the sunlight, and obviously nothing would spawn on that roof because it's glass, and it would be fine. So if provided this world is stable, we might use this again, but it's unlikely, to be honest, because just having one page to start it with is going to be unstable, very unstable. So we're going to spend a bare minimum of time in this world. But let's see what we've got. Sharpness 4 twice, punch 2, sharpness 4. So we have 3 sharpness 4 books. That's good. Right, I will be back again when there's something to see. Ta-ra for now. Welcome back. This structure you see before you is a temple. Oh dear, there's a good amount of mobs over there. We're going to try and avoid those. Skeleton. Okay, right, so we'll just block the door so that nothing can surprise us. And come down here, skeleton. Ah, good, you died. Right, so these here are lecterns, and you can put books on here, or as you can see, pages. We have a page for glass. Now that page can be used for changing the surface of the world. There's a page that allows you to do that, and glass will be a specifier as to what it gets changed to. Or you can make tendrils from it. This is one of my favourite ages to find, a dense twilight forest biome, because in those biomes you will find a lot of pages. those ruins where you have chests underneath will generally have a page, but there's a lot of items in them, and you'll come across lots of those Thorncraft obsidian wisp spawner things, and there'll be pages in those. And if you can get it stable enough and spend a lot of time in there, you can find a lot of pages and a lot of interesting items. On my single player world, I've got one dense twilight forest age that has crystal tendrils, and these crystals can be used to make portals to go from one age to another, which is fantastic. And as you can see, we've got some other ages in that chest, and generally they will be hidden to one side or the other in a corner like this was. So we'll put a chest down to hold some of this, because I left the canvas bags at home, and we have all of the chests. What is wrong with this experience ball? Right, we'll just knock out of some of these. There we go. It was trying to come towards me, but because the skeleton died up here, it sort of didn't work. Right, so we're going to light this up, and we'll use this as a temporary base. And because these lecterns are already here, we'll just put the linking book back to the house there. And let's see, what should we leave? Because I want to be taking all of the pages with me, so then if this world does go unstable, they will be saved. Right, that can do for now, and we'll come back. Right, so we are back, and we'll put the books and the very good enchantment books in there. These are just extra linking books I had. Also, I've been starting to make a blaze soul shard because of the nether fortress I found. There's a good blaze spawner there. I've just killed a lot. I had one vile sword that had soul stealer 2, so that meant every blaze was killed, you got 3 souls, which is how that got up to 264 so quickly. But anyway, we are going to get some paper and make a bottle of ink so I can show you the copying. Right, glass bottles, where are they? Here we go. We need to find some water. Right, so we'll put that by there, that by there, and then we'll just have a bit of a hole somewhere. There we go. And we'll get the dirt back. Right, dirt. Right, so to make an ink bottle, you need 2 ink sacs and 1 water bottle. And it doesn't matter where you put them, and you get an ink vial. And I have a feather. I don't need a feather. I don't know why I said that. What I do need is some paper. So we'll take that. We don't need that there. What we do need though is a notebook. So we'll take 3 leather, and we'll make a notebook to store all of these pages. And there we go. Simple. We'll make one more, so then we have one to take into any ages we make, and we can leave one in the overworld where it's safe. Right, now we're just going to copy down the book from the descriptive age that we made, so then we don't end up losing any. So we'll take the risky book out and use the writing table. Right, paper goes in this slot and ink goes here, and you get your empty glass bottle back. And then we put this here, and just right click on the page you want to copy, and it's reproduced there, and it uses up a paper, and then you've got your page back. Right, so we'll put risky back in here, and for now we will just use this notebook and put all of the pages in here. And let's see what we have. We have mushrooms biome, which I've not seen before, dense twilight forest, which is fantastic, slow weather, dark pine forest biome, cave world, blue, and desert hills biome. And blue is a reference to changing the sky color or the cloud color or the sunset color, which you can do. Cave world is self-explanatory, as are all these biomes. Cave world just introduces a lot of caves. Dark means that there will be no sunlight. Slow weather, again, self-explanatory. So that's what we have, and we'll put this in here to be safe. And I'm interested to see if these can be labelled. Yes, they can. So this will be the risky notebook. This one we will take with us. Oh, the name doesn't stay on there. Okay, never mind. Right, so now we'll just put some of these things away. Right, well, thank you for watching this little bit of video. I'm very, very glad to have found a Mist Age book, and I'll just go exploring now, finding more ages. We'll be back again once we have enough pages to make a stable age. See you in a bit. Hello, welcome back, and as you may notice, I have a portal gun. I found it while walking through the Mystcraft age, which means that I don't have to fight a wither rather, to get another star, which is fantastic. And generally, if you generate enough ages, you will find the whole range. Portal guns dyed every colour. I've also found more saddles, but also some of these things. Logic matrix programmers. You can only find those in loot chests in dungeons and mine shafts and those sort of places. So it's fantastic to have found even 5 of those, and they're not uncommon in Mystcraft ages. I've also found a couple of thaumium weapons and ingots along with the pages. Oh, I don't have experience yet. There's an enchantment for thaumium weapons and tools, which is repair, which is very, very useful. And I have some pages. These are the ones I had before. These are the ones I gained. Clear modifiers you put at the end of the book, so then any sort of specific page like dark or setting like this, they're not going to be sort of cluttering up the book and making it more unstable. So basically clear modifiers it just stabilizes the book a bit. Setting is a reference to the sun, so you can change the setting sun's color or something along those lines. Lakes just means that it'll generate lakes. Scorched surface is a bit of a bugger, because that means anything on the surface will automatically just catch fire. You can still survive in a world like this if you just spend your entire time underground, or say you build a ceiling out of glass on the above world, but it's very dangerous. You'll just catch fire a lot. Caves, again, we've had that one, just generates caves. Frozen ocean, just icy, I imagine. Spawns villages, this one. Twilight lake, just the twilight forest lake thing. Eternal weather, I'm not sure what that one does. I think it just means you get like sun or snow or rain all the time. Flat is, it's a good one, it just like generates a super flat world, which means you can find things like ruins and buildings and mob dungeons very easily because they stand up from the surface. But it also means you can get lost very easily because there are no specific landmarks to find your way around, which happened to me. So it was very lucky that I was able to get back. Snowy rainforest, obvious there. End world just means that the whole world will be like the end. Birchwood is another modifier for tendrils or changing the surface of the world. Dark stars, I think, just makes the night very dark. Black is obviously just a colour modifier. Meadow biome there. Normal sun. Desert biome. Lake border biome. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't used it yet. West is a another modifier for something to do with the sun, I think, and the moon. Another clear modifier is there. Another lakes. Another villages. Minor feature biome. I'm not sure what that is either because I haven't used that. Eternal weather again. Mountain ridge biome. And single biome. I like this one because if say you have a mushroom biome, which we do, you can use that along with the single biome, which will mean that the entire world will just be one mushroom biome. And the single biome is one of the primary pages that you need. There's basically a format page you need in each book you make, which tells it how to generate the world. And you can have, I think there's 3 or 4 different types. So there's single biome, there's standard, which will just load up like normal world. There's checkered, which you give it 2 different biome types and it will just have checkered squares of those 2 biomes. And there's another one that I don't remember. But you need, for that one you need 3 different biomes or more. But I prefer single biome because then you can just do single biome, 1 biome modifier, and then it's a bit more simple and more likely to be stable. So I think we'll just leave that as it is because we still don't really have as many as I would like to make a stable book. But I have built this little shelter for the link book back because I've already gotten lost once and it took me ages to find my way to the link book in the old temple that has all the extra pages in, and it was a long time. It was about 2 or 3 hours just searching around the spawn area because I knew it was somewhere around that area. So we don't want that happening again, so I've put a marker here so it's easy to get back to the spawn. You can just use the waypoints and teleport, and then we have the link book back to the overworld in a shelter, so that hopefully, I'm pretty sure just building a little gap like this means that no mobs can jump in there. Spiders can't get in there because it's only 1 wide. The top of the roof has half slabs on it, so there should be nothing spawning on it. Got some stairs around here just for decoration. I ran out of wood, so I didn't make it all the way around, and plus I didn't want it by here because that would make it easy for any mobs to get in. But I could have done with another stair there and there to sort of complete the look, I think. There wasn't really worth just making some stairs just for 2. So that's that for now. I think there was just a couple of other things that were found. There was a lot of music discs in those chests in the Twilight Forest. I did go searching around for chests and through mob dungeons and stuff like that for about an hour. And what else was there? There was something specific. This ender pearl dust. Before this, I only had like 6 ender pearl dust from 1 villager chest, and now we're up to 31. It does have uses, and that's to make this. a miniature black hole for a portal gun, and an ender pearl. You can just turn it back into an ender pearl. I mean, you could just put it, get ender pearls and grind it down, but to be honest, it's not something you really feel comfortable doing, because ender pearls are useful in their own right. You don't really want to grind ender pearls down, so it's good to have some dust already. And of course there was the thaumium that was found, along with other random metals like shiny ingots. There was a good amount. There was a good amount of silver. I haven't actually macerated any silver yet. All of that was found in dungeons. 31 copper, all found in dungeons. There was redstone. So it's always worth having a look. There was knowledge fragments and a couple of potions found as well. So it's always worth spending a bit of time in your first age, as much as you can before it sort of gets a bit unstable, which I think mine is on the point of. I don't really want to risk it for much longer. So I think that is the end of the video now. There's nothing really that I can go on with for this, because I don't know enough about it yet. Thanks for sticking with me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!